back on the beaches of Rust. And we are back in the jungle. We are roughly an hour after wipe, but we're actually going to skip over this starter part because I'm sure you guys have seen it 1,000 times. Instead, we'll jump to our map, where I am over here on Spawn Beach, and a bit to the east, we have water treatment. If you've watched my videos before, you'll know this is my favourite monument. And having it located in the jungle, I was tempted to build in the area. Conveniently to the south, there was a cave. I haven't built in a cave since my first ever video, so it's time to revisit it. Alright, here we are. Hopefully, it's not taken. Alright, what are we working with? Okay, there is something here. Is this... Okay, wooden door. Triangle with a wooden door. Here's bucket. I can work with that. I think we get a base up on the surface, and then we can yoke raid that wood door, and then work from there. Alright, we are safe. Having gotten my starter base down, it was time to grind for a bit. I first recycled the flares I got from the cave into gunpowder, and then crafting that into handmade shells. I now had enough to raid through that wooden door. Alright, let's hope that TC is unlocked, because otherwise it's going to be a bit more effort. Alright, it is unlocked. Unfortunately, this is in a bit of a garbage position, so we're probably going to have to raid it anyway. For now, I'm just going to chuck a key lock on it and get some resources, because I currently can't even build out this base with what I have. I know we're not too far into this video so far, but if you have enjoyed already, maybe subscribe. Every subscriber does really count, especially to a small channel like mine, so if you could, I would appreciate it. Alright, we can squeeze through that. Can we get back in? Maybe? Yeah. Okay, perfect. That works. We just upgrade that to wood for now. At least now we're blocked off. It's not connected to the TC, but it'll do for now. I'm probably gonna have to raid that. I'm assuming I'll have TC on the back end of this cave. Most secure part. That's stone now. We cannot get eco-rated. Now that I've got this somewhat secure, we're going to head back to the surface because I need more handmaids to get rid of this TC. Oh, like 2 more seconds I would have had him. Oh, oh my, the scientist sold me out, man. Oh, that sucks. Meeting what was seemingly my new neighbour, Itchy, it wasn't long until he came knocking at my door. Oh, okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Chill out. Alright. I'm assuming that's the same guy. He's broken my twig. What's that about? Yeah, it's him. Okay. Now he's bowing it. Come on, man. That can't be real. How does that benefit you? Alright. Okay, the damage isn't too bad. 2 things. That does make me want to get rid of this TC even more, because I need to fortify this. If I've already got him sniffing around. Alright, with this at least, he won't be able to break my twig. That's all that matters. For now. Using the bucket as my main entry point, I got some materials down into the cave, so I was able to raid that TC. Alright, now we got TC, we can actually get started on building now. Chuck the candlelight on. I was thinking about it, I think TC here on this triangle would be perfect. Now I have skipped over a lot of the early progression in this wipe, but it wasn't too interesting. The furnaces I got from the low grade drops from the cave crates. The tier 1 I got from small runs of the supermarket, and nothing really of note happened until I raided into this cave and claimed it as my own. But from now on, I'll be showing you a little bit more of what I'm doing. Alright, let's get that to stone. It was at this point that I took a small break. I needed that stone structure in the middle of my cave to decay, and there was nothing really I could do in the meantime. So when I was back, I started farming again. Alright, we've got a bit of farming done. I think now we craft up a bow and head over to water treatment. Ooh, computer station, nice. Alright, 200 scrap, not bad. If you can't tell already, I'm doing a lot of farming on this day one. I'd put this at the top of my priority list as my goal was to make this base as strong as possible so that I could prepare for day 2 and even the rest of my wipe. I haven't said this already, but this is going to be a 2-part video. Part 1 is going to be my wipe day, which is what you're seeing now, and next week's video, part 2, will be on the rest of the wipe. But to ensure that I could survive for day 2, I would need to fortify this base, block up all entrances, and make it as strong as possible so that I could survive the night. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss part 2. Alright, we got the furnaces down. I do want to eventually get electrics in here, but these will do for now. I'm going to need a lot of metal for this, so let's get it pumping early. I think we're ready for a bit of building. I've just been thinking, and I don't even know if I want this front entrance. I might just completely block it off and exclusively use the bucket drop down. Because honestly, just having that is just going to make the base weaker. So I might just block it all off. For the next couple hours, I kept trying to come up with a design that I would want to live out of. Until eventually I decided to stop trying to design and plan out where I was going to put anything, and just build. After all, that's how I normally do it, and it usually turns out quite well. So I started with the basics, honeycombing off the front entrance so I could see what I really had to work with. Alright, we got this all honeycombed off. Now it's a bit more compact. I can see what I can actually, where I want to build the core and everything. Alright, now that I've got that honeycombed off, I'm actually sort of starting to see the vision. I think it's going to wrap around this back side. So then we'll have the core back there. So this will be a wall. It'll come around here. And I think I'll have a stability bunker right here. I've just been thinking, and I do have a refinery BP, so I think it'd be pretty cool to have a refinery in here. So we'll do that right there. That's going to be a bunker. So we'll go wall there. And then this will be 2 loot rooms, 2 triangle loot rooms. And then we have TC right here. And it'll all be behind windows. I'm starting to see it now. Okay, and then we'll have window here. Let's be a loot room, so window here. Another one there. It'll also be, there's going to be 2 separate loot rooms, and then block that off, and then a window for the refinery. Nice. We'll have a raised foundation here for the bunker, and then just block that off, and roofs on here. After slowly building up scrap throughout the day, I now had enough for a tier 2, meaning I was finally able to craft the refinery. Alright, tier 2. Down. There we go. My next problem is the low grade. It's like 250 for a refinery, I'm pretty sure. So we have to find out a way to get that. Oh shit, tiger. I was seeing barrels, but that will be a lot better. That's like, I'm pretty sure a tiger gives the same amount as a bear. I mean, that's got to be 200 low grade with what I already have as well. Oh shit. Damn. Stay away. Man, this thing blends in. These things have so much health, man. Okay, there you go. Alright. 160 and a little bit of animal fat. That should be enough with my current reserves as well. Alright. Get in here. It's close to the wall. Should be good. Place there, yep. Nice. Lovely. What's done? Yep, there you go. And then we'll have the 2 loot rooms in there. Lock that off as well. I'm actually going to rotate these. Makes it a bit weaker, but it looks better, so what's really important. I think it's really starting to come together. I'm liking it. Liking it a lot. The next thing I want is some electricity, but I'm gonna need some tech trash, so I might head over to water treatment. Crate over there. Oh, there is. Ooh, crate. It's a good sign. And this is looted. Ooh, solar panel. And tech trash, that's really nice. That's what I needed. Perfect. Alright, that's everything I need, I'm pretty sure. I already have all BPs, so... Alright. Now if you don't know how to get electricity in a cave, you have to set up a base above the surface, charge it overnight, or like while you're playing with a solar panel, and then you pick it up when it's got charged, the battery, and you can place it in the cave, and it actually keeps its charge when it's picked up. So you can charge it on the surface, bring it down, and then it'll run until it runs out of battery. Alright, perfect, it's charging. So this base will charge the battery while I'm playing. I think I do want to have some sort of upstairs area, so I'll leave this a little bit open, but I will add some honeycomb.
Dig a hole to heaven, straight up to heaven. We can leave this dirty world behind, eternal light shining in our eyes. All of our problems we'll never have to solve. Everything in perfect harmony, we manifest exactly what we think. But I'm not ever gonna die, I'm just
Alright, this looks sick. We've got pretty good storage. I'm really broke right now, but you know, hopefully we'll fill them up eventually.
Let's go to outer space, straight up to outer space. We leave this dusty world behind, try to live a different kind of life. All of the stars will all be ours. Everything in perfect harmony. We manifest exactly what we think. I'm not ever gonna die. I'm just gonna fantasize forever. Forever in a day.
Well, there's plenty of fish in the sea. None of them are you or me. I fell hard to see you smile when I saw you. We used to be two birdies up in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. I saved every kiss I got from you. Sometimes time can weigh you down. Sometimes love, sometimes hurts. Sometimes love burns. Sometimes love hurts. We took it day to day. Some days we didn't have much to say, but that's okay. I thank God for the silence, 'cause I hear you. We're just two
I'm definitely gonna need some electric furnaces because I have all this ore, but I do not have enough wood to smelt it down.
dead, 'cause it's with you. But oh, sometimes time can weigh you down. Sometimes love.
Switches is gonna be really important here because we need to be energy efficient because we do not have unlimited down here.
Sometimes love hurts.
Alright, everything is now set up for our battery. Alright, hasn't been too long, but we'll see how much battery we have. 600, not too bad. So now, I see my wire tool, and I can just plug it into the branch, and we should be good. There you go. Make sure that's right. Turn it on. Okay, that'll last for an hour. That's not too bad. And that wasn't charging for too long either. That maybe an hour or two. So overnight, when that gets to full charge, that'll last ages. That's fine. And look at our electric furnaces. Perfect. An hour will be more than enough for what I need. I'm loving the theme of this one. The red with the brutalist. I normally go for like an overgrown sort of thing, but I'm liking this more modern. Fortunately, lights don't take up too much energy, so we should be good to run these. Good enough. I think there's 8. Oh, look at that. Don't need the headlamp anymore. Hell yeah. That is perfect. I'll do one more here. Top of the bunker. Yeah. The industrial lights. That's exactly what we needed. Turn that off for now. We don't need it. We've got upkeep for a while. A bit more metal can't hurt. We can do some little upgrades before we hop off. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you. And if you really want to support me, you could subscribe and even leave a comment. YouTube really likes it when people leave comments, and I read every single one. Even though that may not seem like much of a task, it means a lot that you guys enjoy my stuff enough to let me know. So thank you. And once again, thank you for watching.